Hey everybody. So I'm here to talk about the abundance mindset, and the abundance mindset specifically related to dating. So a lot of dating coaches out there and philosophical people say that, okay, one of the ways to be successful in that is to have the abundance mindset. So like, let's say for a guy going out, meeting a girl, talking with a girl, and thinking like, okay, well, there's an abundance of women everywhere. There's billions of women. So whatever happens with this girl, it doesn't really matter. You know, there's another one right down the street, right down the corner, the next day, the next week, whatever that is. And what I'm here to talk about is that the abundance mindset can simply get really out of control and out of sync with someone's lifestyle actually is. So let's say that someone's not in a relationship and their general lifestyle is they're studying because they're building a career or whatever it is, and so they're not in places and not living a lifestyle in which they're meeting a lot of different people. Okay, so let's say then they meet somebody and say, oh well, it doesn't matter, whatever, you know, there's millions and billions of girls out there. However, based on the lifestyle that that person is living, realistically there isn't an abundance. Okay, so the value can be skewed and it can be treated differently, more realistically and practically. It's the same thing if, let's say, you're going on a trip somewhere, like into the wild, whatever it is, and you know, now all you have is what are the snacks in your backpack for the trek. All right, and then on this really long trek, there's a food stand that's discovered that nobody knew about, and they had all kinds of foods that you're definitely not going to find on the rest of that trip, and you're not going to have in your backpack. It's going to go bad. Okay, so I'll tell you a story about it. So, for example, when I was in Maui, and there was this very, very long trek to get to where we needed to go, there was this ice cream stand of this special ice cream. Anyone who's been on this trail in Maui knows about this, okay? So, and this ice cream truly is phenomenal, all right? There's only one. There's no other place in the world that this particular exact formula is made, and it is different than other ice cream, and it's made supposedly with the special sugar cane too, and all of that, okay? So let's carry it to that extreme and go, well, if you have the abundance mindset, nah, I'm not gonna get that, I'm not gonna eat that, you know, there may be another one coming up down the road. No, there's not, okay? And even if there was, it wasn't gonna be of the same quality, all right? So, and then even if you were thinking like, all right, I don't even care about quality, I just want ice cream or something like that amid all of that heat, you're not gonna get it. That's the only one. And so abundance mindset is great, but at the same time, my suggestion is practicality and really having a good awareness of, okay, so but what's in that environment? Let's put it this way. Every environment has an abundance of something, and that's what creates that environment, abundances and scarcities. It's a mixture of them. What kind of qualities are there? Okay, so also think about it this way. In your life, when you think, oh, in my life there's an abundance of this and there's not too much of this. Well, what we're really saying is your current lifestyle, okay, it's environment and it's lifestyle that determines abundances, not necessarily just what's going on in here, okay? It's one thing to have an abundance mindset, but what if it's completely false and doesn't relate to the environment or lifestyle that you're in? Now, the helpful point is to say that you can change your environment most of the time, okay? You can change your lifestyle most of the time, but not also at any given moment. Wait, I haven't done a flex yet, so let me do this. Okay, so right now that's an abundance of shreds right on my pecs, okay? That's because of a particular lifestyle that I've lived that's been healthy, good eating, awareness of my macros, and all of that. I'll even flex a little bit more. Okay, let's see what's going on over here, okay? So what's that from? All right, so that's from a lifestyle. That's from a particular lifestyle that I've been living. All right, so it has an abundance of opportunities in which I can create those cuts, okay, which I can create this physique, all right? But that also means that there are certain aspects of my life that are more scarce because of that lifestyle, unless I change it, all right? So the abundance mindset is actually abundantly problematic if you don't have an awareness of those other factors, environment and lifestyle, okay? And also knowing that with every environment, that's what colors and makes an environment. An environment is defined by what it has an abundance of and what lifestyle is attached to that, okay? And what it doesn't have a lot of, all right? So when thinking about wanting to have an abundance mindset, it's more practical to think, what do you want an abundance of? It's not just an abundance mindset, an abundance of. And then you ask yourself, well, what kind of a lifestyle is typically more associated with an abundance of whatever those things are? And what kind of an environment is more likely to have an abundance of that? Like I said, each environment is made up of an abundance of certain things and a lack of or a scarcity of certain other things, all right? And even people, types of people, an abundance of certain type of people, like my lifestyle at Gold's Gym in Venice, right? It attracts certain type of people, certain types of mindsets, and it is a scarce. What's scarce is, like, let's say, drug-using, donut-eating slackers, right? Okay, so that environment has a lack of those people. But if somebody wanted to, for some reason, be involved in people like that, well, they stay away from Gold's Gym, right? Or Venice, California in general. I mean, except in Venice, you'll get a lot of the drugs and things like that, but that's besides the point. They're usually not fat and on drugs. So anyway, that's my take on the abundance mindset. To just have an abundance mindset by itself is dramatically incomplete, and people can run into so many problems when they don't have a lifestyle or an environment that matches that. So my suggestion is thinking about, in whatever growth path you're on, where you want to grow, to ask yourself, what is the environment in which there's going to be the most of those things at that environment? Naturally, just like going into, let's talk about like nature, like if someone wants peaches, right? Okay, for me, that may be a parable for, booty, right? Sweet peaches. But let's talk about peaches you would eat, even though I would eat those peaches too, the orange ones. Okay, so where in the world are there the most peaches? And then if you find one and it's not so good and whatever, you go, okay, well, there's an abundance of peaches here. That's the environment. So that's fine, be there, all right? But if you're in a place like, let's say, maybe in Antarctica, probably doesn't have too many peach trees. Okay, so if you happen to find a peach, it's like, oh my God, this is a peach, and you're just really overly loving it in that. You can't have if you have an abundance mindset about peaches in Antarctica, well, you're fucking crazy, right? Because it's just not gonna happen, all right? And the likelihood is so low. So let's be real practical with our spiritual principles. And my suggestion is tying that abundance mindset into, where do you wanna grow? Where do you wanna create more abundance in your life? And consider the environments that have that particular thing in abundance, and the lifestyle, all right, that is associated with that being abundant. And now, typically, when you're connecting with an environment, there is a lifestyle and a way of being that is connected with that, and then you're swooped up in the abundance of that, and then you just give it your own unique flair, all right, and put that as your lifestyle. But that's the message. When you're looking for abundance, and let's say the idea of attracting abundance becomes more natural when you're connected with the lifestyle and the environment where that particular thing is abundant. All right, now everybody has to do a lot of growth of, like, let's say now they want business abundance, right, and money, financial abundance. Okay, so that takes over time, making connections and building up your brand. But what environments and people are you around that are more likely to have an abundance of, let's say, okay, financially successful people that may be able to back you, or whatever that means. So that's the key thing. Mindset of abundance must be connected with environments where that thing that you want is abundant, and a lifestyle connected with that. Okay, so that's the message. And oh yeah, you like this video or anything else I do on my site? please subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm looking to create an abundance of subscriptions here. And so, hey, this is the environment. Thanks, everybody.